after the clocks have changed. I'm looking around at all the autumnal colours on the trees and thinking about things you can do on those shorter days through the winter. So we've come today to the village of Grassington. It's a beautiful village. It's a very popular tourist spot. There's lots to see here. It's particularly enjoying high visitor numbers at the moment because of the new series of All Creatures Great and Small, which are filmed here. You don't have to drive here, you can arrive by bus. Check the timetables. We're probably on winter bus timetables now, which aren't as frequent as in the summer. But you can get here quite easily by bus from Skipton. And they're still doing the £2 a bus thing.
This is Linton Falls just behind me. By golly, the water's loud. And just look at that contrast between the natural falls we've just looked at on the other side of the bridge and these man-made falls that must have been here for industry. There's one clue. We've got a sluice gate down there. Over in the background, a second weir. And whatever you call them, Archimedes screw, that's the one. Small diversion from the car park that I'm very glad I took. On a nice riverside walk now for maybe the next mile or two for us. We're going to follow the river for a while, go up through some nice forest, a woodland. We're going to look at a nice feature called Conistone Pie, then work our way back across the tops on the Dales Way. That is some seriously fast flowing water coming over there. Look at that. I've only moved 5 yards and it's a different river. You can see most people have gone up top there. I want to go riverside, under the bridge. Well, it wasn't going to be dry, was it? What a lovely, tranquil bit of river this is. Kites, beautiful birds, absolutely love them. They like to float around like the buzzards do on a nice warm thermal. You ain't getting a nice warm thermal today, but the air's moving fast enough to hold them up, even though it's cold. Listen to that water lapping, it's gorgeous. Coming up to some more waterfalls now. Of course, it's a wall style. Be a good place to bring the kids, this, in the summer when the river's not quite as ferocious. Wrapped up super warm today because it is going to be cold out on the tops, but now I've been moving, I'm starting to warm up. I'm still low by the river. Best way to go about your clothing, layers like that, because you can adjust layer by layer as you need. Let's strip a layer off now. Put it back on when we're out on the tops, when we need it. And don't put your gloves in one pocket. Right hand, right glove, right pocket. Left hand, left glove, left pocket. If you need them quick then, they're in the right place. What a spot! I love this. We're heading up into that forest now. So peaceful in the woods here. Beech trees, just gorgeous. Adventure path, wide path, adventure path, wide path. You know it. Steady old climb up here. It's a really nice planting here. Haven't seen a conifer at all yet. It's run by the Woodland Trust, and that's a method of planting that they're trying to get back to. Okay, it's not that adventurous. If you see little piles like this in the woodlands, in the forest, leave them be, because they're habitat that's been put there for beetles and other insects. And this is our exit point, information board and wall style. Rain's starting to come now. And now we leave the woods. We stayed this side of the wall and head towards those lovely looking pancake layers of limestone there. But if you did want or need to cut this walk short, you can head through the gate here. Really start to add to the variety on this walk now. Be careful down little bits like this when it's wet, because limestone does get very, very slippery. If you've ever been down into caves and seen the stalactites and stalagmites that form, as soon as it rains on limestone, it's that same process that's happening. As soon as the water starts to touch it, the limestone starts to dissolve. If you've ever touched those stalagmites or stalactites, you will know that they are extremely slippery things. The surface of the limestone actually goes like that. It starts forming calcite on the top, so it makes a very slippery layer straight away on the top. Putting the phone away now, because this bit's going to be really slippy. This is a walk that's definitely better for a nice dry autumn day. How about that, eh, for a feature of your walk? And your first glimpse of Kilnsey Crag. We are heading up here, up through the gill, getting ourselves right in between the craggy walls now, right in the middle of them. We're gaining height pretty quickly up here. This is where boots perhaps do become preferable to trainers, because these stones move about a lot underneath your feet, and they're not just movable, they're also slippy. It's cheeky this last little bit, because there isn't any way up that last 15-20 foot or so without getting your hands on the rock. That's what we've just come up, the little gully down there next to the wall. The difference it makes just keeping an eye out for where the blades of grass aren't moving in the wind when you're in these high up places. This is a lovely sheltered spot. Take some soup in a flask or a cup of tea or something like that in these colder months, because you do get cold pretty quickly. We're up into access land now, so free to explore a little bit. Oh, it's an old lime kiln. We can have a quick look inside if you want. Been filled in for safety reasons. This archway here is where the air would have been drawn into the fire burning the limestone to make lime to spread on the fields, so that the moorlands up here could be more useful for agriculture, grow nicer grasses for the animals to feed on. Look at that limestone pavement there. How cool is that? Seeing as it's here, we might as well touch the cairn. Not too far away is what we're aiming for. Conistone Pie. It's a meat pie, I reckon. Steak and kidney. I think I forgot to turn the microphone on when I was stood on top of Conistone Pie then. Nice temporary shelter at the moment from the geology to my left. That geology. Something not right really if I can't keep following a nice green defined line like that. I wasn't expecting that up here. There's a kind of redness to the mud. Redness that would be suggestive of an iron-rich content in the soils. Look at this though, for somewhere where you can breathe. Did you see anybody? I didn't. Another lime kiln. Right here on the Dales Way. It looks like there's a plaque there, or some sort of information board. Oh. So it was for agriculture, to burn the rocks to make a sort of powdered lime that the farmers can then spread on the fields. It makes the soil less acidic. Just phenomenal views. It's a diversion off the Dales Way. That goes over there, and that's our route. But I like that hill so much, I'm going over there. It's the secret love child of Ingleborough and Conistone Pie. Look at the shape of it and you can see Ingleborough. And look at the detail of it. And it's a big pie. It's worth the diversion. Anyone who doesn't understand how a single tree can make its own microclimate or its own ecosystem. This sycamore, just off the side of the Dales Way, is a fantastic place to sit. There's the Dales Way over there, just passing by that rock. You come across the grass, you come to limestone pavement, and then you come to the limestone pavement that's underneath the sycamore, and it turns from white to green. It's absolutely covered in this moss. It's rich with plant life. There's all sorts of different things in here, and grass is growing, and it matches perfectly the canopy of the tree. I'll keep climbing trees till I'm too old for it. I'm so angry and upset and hurt by what happened to that tree at Sycamore Gap. Finding this tree has actually gone some way, some small way, a little bit of a way, to making up for the sense of loss that I feel. Heading back towards civilization now. The Dales Way proper heads off down there. Out of access land now, so we need to stick to proper paths. But I thought it'd be nice to come this way. We can poke our heads over the wall and see if we can see the evidence in the ground of the medieval village that once stood just a little bit down from where we are now. Perhaps just the lumps in the ground, the only signs that are left. And here we are back at the bus stop. Just on that last stretch, you come down the main high street in Grassington, and there's a wealth of things to choose from down there. That is an absolutely fantastic walk. I'm so happy with that walk. There's just such a lot of variety to it. It's beautiful, brilliant. Definitely be doing that again. Definitely be bringing people out on that one. And I'm sure you'll all enjoy it.